he actually stays around for a long time.
So like, can he, you know, normally with his hands, yo, why are you thinking about that, bro? Remember the Akatsuki, the greatest anime villain group of all time, the Akatsuki.
Alright, so we gotta talk about the Akatsuki, man, because these guys are just too cool. They have too much sauce. Like, they got so much sauce, they got matching coats. Like, who does that, bro? These guys are actually just horrifying.
Actually, it's not Glaze.
And
they are tough. They Zoom called every meeting, bro, and they had holograms and they were talking. That shit was mad cool, bro. Imagine something like that in real life, bro. You call up your friend group and y'all have holograms and y'all just talking to holograms for a little as if y'all are like there in the room. That's so tough, bro. I would R if I'm in the Zoom calls.
Worked really well as villains. And
right now I'm watching Invincible.
As I got older, I understood a lot more why they worked as well as they did. And the first reason for that is that they get shit done. To me, something that's often important with villain characters is that they are actually capable and feel like a legitimate threat to the main characters. If we don't actually
gotta go bucket hat, alright, and my love, I'll catch you.
Or see them put the main characters in any bad situation, we're just gonna look at them as bums. But with the Akatsuki, our first introduction to them is when they show up and completely body
in R formed. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Kakashi is supposed to be the big bad Mr. Worldwide motion man, but he just gets bodied every time he's on the screen, bro. I don't care what nobody says, bro. Kakashi is a fraud, bro.
Introduction to them is when they show up and completely body Kakashi.
Kakashi's so buns, bro.
Is gone. And as we know from before, Itachi killed his whole clan, including...
Bro, Gojo is who I thought Kakashi would be, bro, but he just wasn't that at all, bro. I don't know if y'all watch basketball, but Kakashi is like a borderline all-star, but he's not an all-star, so he still gets clapped. Like, I guess like regular ninja, he's like forcing everybody, but he just don't fight regular ninja. So like compared to them, which is like the 30 ninja he deals with, he just butt, bro.
So just knowing he's in the group makes us wonder what other type of sick, twisted individuals they got there. Then they just straight up kill Gar. Like, they deadass murder him. He's dead. Man, I'm dead. Like, the guy that was just the main...
They pulled up to Gar's hood. The Gar, the Kazekage who barely ever gets touched, and they folded him in the sky. That's tough!
Antagonist for an arc.
That's OD.
By one of the weaker Akatsuki members. Then they body Kankuro, then they kill Asuma, then they kill Jiraiya, and then it's revealed that the leader of the Akatsuki was the one who killed both of Naruto's parents and was the one that made the Nine Tails destroy the village. We even learned that Orochimaru, the most evil, despicable guy on the planet, got kicked out of the Akatsuki. Huh? Like, what? How did they kick out the most evil dude in the land from the evil organization? Like, clearly these guys are not to be messed with. And whenever the main characters actually manage to defeat one of them, they're almost always on the brink of death. Reason number 2, they all have their own individuality.
Stabbed right through the gut, bro. You can see the flesh in the guts, bro. Ew.
They manage to defeat one of them, they're almost always on the brink of death. Reason number 2, they all have their own individuality. Because they're all part of the same group, it's important that they aren't just evil henchmen for the main characters to be, but every one of them has their own motivations and goals outside of the Akatsuki. They all have their own philosophies and things that drive them. Like Kakashi wants to get as much money as possible. Deidara wants that emotion. To make people acknowledge and validate his art. Hidan wants to sacrifice people to his god. Kind of like with the Straw Hat crew in One Piece. So while they all follow Luffy, each and every one of them all have their own...
KD, whoa, KD's tough too. A good example of Kakashi and how he's a fraud is like Jordan Poole. He's better than your average player, but like you put him on the Wizards by himself to lead the team and like they were ass. That's Kakashi, bro.
Goals they want to accomplish. Reason number 3, their theme song. Their theme song is just so fucking good. I remember as a kid, every time either that or the Orochimaru.
But the theme song is tough though.
I would just be shitting my pants, bro. Music can be so effective to make certain characters, and Akatsuki theme song really does embody evil and just pure fuck assery. Reason number 3, they are all good characters. A villain can be as evil and capable as humanly possible, but if they're just bland as hell or annoying as shit with nothing going for them, I won't care about them. I'm not like a massive Boruto hater or anything like a lot of people seem to be, but one thing that disappointed me a lot about one of its arcs was Carl. This is effectively Boruto.
Damn, I know I say this a lot about people's hair, but this cut really is ass, bro. And this tattoo and this like little goatee right here makes it look worse.
It's effectively Boruto's version of the Akatsuki with a few key differences. And man, is it so much worse in
they look
every
buns,
single
bro.
way. Particularly
Bro, they have no aura, bro. How do you have a hoodie over your face and you still manage to have no aura? They're in some dark room, hood over their face, straight face, not laughing, and they still have no aura, bro. I don't even gotta watch Boruto to know these dudes are straight, but is that code? I mean, I heard about code, but all the rest of these people are probably straight buns, and I don't even have to watch Boruto to know. I feel like from this picture, you can never watch Naruto and know these people got aura. These people ain't got no damn aura, bro. Like, what even is that mask, bro? It sucks. Cat, bro.
With a few key
and he has an eye patch, bro. You can see fine in your other eye, bro. Take it off.
differences. And man, is it so much worse in every single way. Particularly so because, again, aside from like the most important members, none of them are good characters. Which is really baffling because there are so much fewer Kara members compared to the amount of Akatsuki members. Delta is literally just annoying. Like, that is her character.
Delta.
She has nothing else going for her.
She's just annoying.
She's the most bland, generic villain of all time. But every single one of the Akatsuki members, even the ones that don't end up mattering much in the grand scheme of the story, are, in my opinion, pretty well written characters. So we're gonna go through all of them and explain why that is, and also rank them from worst to best, starting with... Okay, so I might have lied a little when I said every single one of them was a good character. Now, I'm not one of those people that like
Is he talking about white Zetsu or black Zetsu, or is that like both? Either way, bro. Bro, they suck, bro.
He hates Zetsu. I just...
And like, what is this around him, bro?
think he's
just like what, like that? What even is that, bro?
Extremely mediocre as a character.
No sauce.
Also, he's technically like two completely separate characters, but anyway, Setsu's number 10, mid as hell.
Facts. Cockazoo.
So I struggle a bit with finding out.
Bro, this man's eyes are so red, bro. I just know if he's not fighting, bro, he's smoking OD weed, bro. Lay off the weed.
Who number 9 would. Kakuzu is one of the few characters that don't really have anything actually going for them. He is just kind of an intimidating force for the main characters, and an incredibly good intimidating force at that. Like, he does that job great. But he never really gets anything beyond that. Although he does have a clearly defined motivation, which is money. Like I said before, this really helps elevate.
Wait, actually, no, he did take it back. I was about to say, because he said every Akatsuki member is well written, but it's kind of sounding like they're not, and he's chatting, so.
Their character. Remember Delta? What is her motivation? I have no idea. Literally, she is just there to exist. And while I think Kakuzu's motivation is consistently acted upon and gives us a better understanding of what type of person he is, this never really gets expanded on and doesn't get brought up at all in the final encounter.
I mean, doesn't he like get clapped like mad quick? So like, that might be why, maybe.
So Hidan used to be my least favorite aside from Zetsu. He's like the weakest Akatsuki member, no one really takes him seriously, he's just kind of whack, you know? But I've definitely come to appreciate the things that makes him unique. Like, I mean, his religion and... He
did lose to Shikamaru, and like Shikamaru is smart, but he low-key is still Shikamaru, so I guess that's fair.
It's actually really interesting, and I wish that got expanded upon.
Talk
He's
to
also
him.
responsible for giving Shikamaru his best.
That man Jules, bro. Jules the GOAT.
And has the most satisfying death scene ever.
Good, brother. That's good to hear. It was good fiction.
A whole lot to him, but I think between the two, he's just a lot less boring.
No, Hidan definitely isn't boring.
Konan is the GOAT. I love her paper jutsu. It's so unique and different from everyone else, and every time the animators animate her, it's like they lock the fuck in. Like, all the scenes where she uses it look so
Bro, this is probably so annoying to animate, bro. Animation is already hard. You gotta animate papers falling out of the characters, bro.
Damn good.
Like, she has a paper falling from her damn forehead for no reason. Like, damn, bro. Bro, I would never in my life be an animator, bro. I got mad respect for animators, bro. I could never. The videos I already make now is already mad work, and I'm not doing a lick of animating.
I love her design, and her and Nagato's backstory is insanely good. She also has an amazing fight against Obito. Like, when she revealed the whole fucking ocean was filled with like 600 billion paper bombs, I was just like, Damn, you got it. You know how many explosives that is? Like that's
actually
power of,
OD.
like 3 atomic bombs. Like she actually would have killed Obito if he hadn't coincidentally gotten a hold of the Izanagi like a week before. Honestly, I think she knows every scene she is in, but unfortunately, that's
she's
just
tough.
the problem. She has no scenes. I really wish she got to do more in the series and that she acted a bit more independently from Nagito, because there's
Nah, bro, she was glazing Nagato the whole time, bro. She ain't had no damn independence, bro.
honestly so many chances for that to happen. Like when Deidara almost gets killed by Kakashi's Kamui, she could have shown up and saved them. After all, she is the second in command in the Akatsuki, but she never really feels like it. We never even see her capture a Jinchuriki. And I really wish she could have gotten like an actual fight against someone in the Leaf Village. I mean, she kind of sort of has like a really short fight against Shino, but like, come on, dog. Pain has a 1v1 against Jiraiya, Kakashi, and Naruto, but you couldn't give her a single person? I feel like her not fighting Sakura is one of the biggest missed opportunities in the story. Again,
Do not have Konan fight Sakura, bro. Have Konan fight someone who's tough. Sakura is not that tough. Have Konan fight like Tsunade or something, bro.
the highlight of her is definitely the flashbacks. I really liked her and Yaiko's romance, and it really made Yaiko's
Just
death
because they
a
girls
lot
does not
more
mean they gotta
tragic.
fight.
So yeah,
in
I
my
wish she
opinion.
got to do a bit more, but she's still pretty goated. Okay, so these next
Deidara.
three I struggled with a lot, and honestly, they're all basically as good as each other, but I ended up with Deidara. I don't think I
She was the Sakura of the Pain team. No. Konan was actually always tough. Sakura wasn't tough until like Lei Shippuden. I'm not jacking that, bro.
appreciated Deidara enough as a kid, because he is genuinely such a fun villain, and I love how he does.
I rock with Deidara, bro. Deidara's my guy, bro. Deidara probably like my favorite Akatsuki member. Him or Pain. Bro, he's tough, bro. He's mad funny, bro. He be tweaking. That's tough.
Just die in the arc he's introduced. He actually stays around for a long time to fuck shit up. I mentioned that every Akatsuki member has their own motivation, and I think Deidara's is one of the ones that works best. Deidara sees art as something that is quick and fast instead of long lasting, and I love how that reflects his explosion ability. His explosions is what he sees as the epitome of art, a quick explosion that is nice to look at while it's there but quickly disappears. This is why Sasori was the perfect person to team him up with, someone that sees art as eternal, which is why he kept himself looking like his younger self for so long and ensured that he would never age. And this is also why Deidara is from the Stone Village. Stones and rocks themselves embody what Deidara sees as the opposite of art. They're hard, solid, never move, and never change. And then of course we have the Tsuchikage. I really wish we got to see more interactions between them, but the Tsuchikage
So like, can he, you know, normally with his hands? Yo, why are you thinking about that, bro? This right here is Deidara. This is his hands. Tony Rella said, can he, you know, normally with his hands?
is also something Deidara sees as the opposite of his vision of art. He's
Yo,
always
Tony, you're
out
mad
and
funny, bro.
refuses to step down.
You're
When we
mad
see him
funny,
at
bro.
Kage Summit, we see how set in his ways he is.
Gooning must have sucked for him. I see, like, I didn't want to say it, but
He
like,
feels towards Uchiha.
but maybe because of that, it didn't suck for him. Like, maybe, like, never mind, bro.
The Sharingan, as he feels so threatened.
What's good,
by their
anime lover?
existence.
What's up,
All
bro?
These things come together to give us a much better understanding of who Deidara really is. And at the end, he shows off his philosophy.
Okay, so we on the same page. Deidara a freak.
By launching a huge explosion at the cost of his own young and short arc. And he doesn't even succeed. Not only does he fail to kill Sasuke, but no one is really there to be in awe of or remember his art. He tried his whole life to make people see, understand, and recognize his art, but ultimately fails completely. Kisame is so fucking cool. He definitely has the best character design out of all of them, and like Deidara, I love how long he sticks around for. He has like 4 whole fights, which is more than like a lot of characters in the series. He's just so badass in every way.
He has 4 whole fights.
And his rivalry with Guy is so funny, bro. Part of the reason why I love Kisame so much is because he is someone that throughout his life is seeking a purpose and is envious of Itachi for how determined he is for his cause. Itachi sacrifices everything he has in his life to ensure the village's safety, and yet he never flinches. He is so devoted to his cause despite all the pain he's going through. This makes him a great matchup with Kisame, who is so disillusioned with the shinobi world that he sees himself as nothing more than a weapon for others to make use of. Every time he meets Guy never remembers Kisame because Kisame doesn't stand out due to his lack of ambition or drive. But at the end, he finally finds his purpose, and that's when Guy remembers remarks that he will never forget the name Kisame Hoshigaki for the rest of his life. A great journey for Kisame to undergo, and a great way for his character to end. Sasori is probably the most forgettable Akatsuki member out of all of them, mostly because he's introduced pretty early on in the story and dies in that same arc. You know, it's actually pretty ironic that Deidara survived for as long as he did, and that Sasori died so quickly. He also just
because Deidara's the GOAT, bro,
to the overall story, or even the story in that arc, so you kind of forget he exists a little bit. Even someone like Hakusu, who's still pretty forgettable in the grand scheme of things, is still ingrained into your mind forever because of the Rasen Shuriken. Again, I really wasn't sure who I liked more between these three, but part of the reason I went with Sasori is because unlike everyone else so far, he's the only one that actually has his story fully fleshed out and explored, leaving no loose ends behind. A perfect character to
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that, bro.
All about loneliness, and he actually gives us what I'd say is one of the best fights in the whole series, and easily Sakura's best moments, period. This scene right here in particular is absolute cinema, and easily one of the best scenes in the story. This is one of those drawings that speaks 1,000 words.
So like, you gonna explain it or not?
Part of the reason why I love it is because it will only make sense to you if you have seen or read Naruto. If I show you this panel right here, you can guess pretty roughly what's happening. Even if I show you this from Naruto where they use a jutsu,
you can
can
just say that you have to watch Naruto. I might did, like, I mean, that's big.
A bad guy. But with this, you have to know exactly how the puppet mechanics in Naruto work to understand what's happening. I love panels and scenes like these because it speaks to how well woven together.
Hey man, live, appreciate you for the follow.
To the point where this couldn't happen in something like Dragon Ball or One Piece. He also makes the fight against Sakura and Chiyo so fucking cool. Easily a top tier Naruto fight, and easily Sakura's best fight, which doesn't really say much, but still.
Toby.
Now you probably already figured out who the top 3 is. The question is just what order they're in. And honestly, I have nothing negative to really say about Obito. Just like Sasori, I think his story is very well done from beginning to end. Seeing him start as this young kid that turns into some crazy extremist that's completely given up.
He turns into a nigga from Atlanta, bro. That's what he turns into, bro. This right here is just your average Atlantean if he had powers.
Around the world is awesome, and he's
pretty normal, to be honest. In certain areas of the world, Obito is normal.
And my favorite moment,
and he acting like this because he lost his girl, especially normal, bro.
From him will always be when he sacrifices himself at.
The reason why humans don't have superpowers is because the world would not be able to take what the average man would do if he lost his girl, what he would do with his powers afterwards, bro. That's why powers don't exist in real life.
And such a great.
That actually would not be okay.
His ability always makes for some really cool
Obito, the ninja version of King Vaughn.
I particularly love the one where he takes out Danzo's Anbu guards. Like, he had no reason to be this disrespectful, bro. I really have nothing negative to say about him as a character. The only reason I didn't put him higher than the other two on the list is that at some point in the story, he really loses his cool factor. Like, as soon as he puts on this bum-ass mask with this sauceless-ass fit, he never really does anything cool. And a little after he loses the mask, we really just start seeing him as incredibly pathetic. And obviously that's the point. You're supposed to see Obito as this pathetic loser that's lost his way completely, and I really like that. It's just that I
lost his girl too. Don't forget that.
Above. So with that being
said, he lost his girl. He lost his bull. Now he's sad.
Pain is probably my favorite villain in Naruto. Everything about him is just perfect.
It was perfect.
His design is so distinct and unique, his ability is so complex and makes any fight against him into a really strategic one. His backstory is amazing, dialogue is always on point, and most importantly, everything about him feels completely thought out beforehand, even down to his name. It's such a well-realized character that honestly never misses a step. Like I mentioned in the beginning, to me, a good villain is often a capable one, and Pain is certainly that, as he...
Wait, so he has Itachi as #1? Oh shoot, that's fair.
This is a great way to make the audience hate the villain.
I mean, half of the secondary main character's plot is based on bro, so.
The cycle of hatred. Hell, he even kills Kakashi. Like, again, this dude is just not to be fucked with whatsoever. I also think...
Bro, Kakashi's buns, bro. Kakashi put up barely a fight, bro. But he gets glazed by everybody.
These three is easily one of the best in the series. Seeing their journey completely recontextualizes both Pain and Nagato's actions, and also recontextualizes the Akatsuki itself as a group. As we learn their original purpose was to bring peace to the world and stop all wars, even though the group goes on to create the biggest and deadliest war of all time. And honestly, I think out of all the times Naruto uses his talk no jutsu, this is the most effective for me. There are so many episodes of just straight up dialogue between these two characters while still managing to hold my attention, which is really impressive. I especially like it because Nagato actually almost manages to convince Naruto to give in to hate. Obito made some efforts with trying to corrupt Naruto too, but he definitely didn't have as much success as Nagato does, and that really highlights one of his biggest strengths, like I said earlier, his dialogue. A good villain will make you fear them through their actions.
The strong ass chin of Genthru, pointy ass glasses of Genthru.
Through their actions, but
bro, if a dude ever look at you like this, bro, you just know you gotta get away, bro. If a dude ever looks at you like this and he's talking, bro, there's nothing good about him. It's time for you to evacuate.
Hey, I'm out. I
See?
swear to God, I'm
Gotta
out.
be
Hey,
gone,
this has
bro.
nothing to do with me no more.
like I said before, him and Orochimaru are probably tied for my favorite villain of the series, and it just so happens that the #1 spot on the list is actually not really a villain.
Ow, bro, my arm has been hurting for the
member of
past like couple
Akatsuki
days,
is the
bro.
Spy. And honestly, I wish I could put
Damn.
Pain at #1, but ultimately this is my favorite character in the Akatsuki and not my favorite villain. And I just so happen to like Itachi a lot, so much so that I read both of his light novels. Like, I deadass picked up and read 2 whole ass books just to read a story I already largely knew. That being said though, as much as Itachi is
Be
a
like that,
villain,
though.
he does make for a pretty damn good one. Like, it's pretty impressive how well...
Hey, Bucket, how old are you? I'm 21.
pretending to be-
Damn. I just told somebody I'm 21 and I'm serious, bro. Yeah, I'm old now, bro. I'm really young.
after the facade is up. And I think
I'm
that's
really
probably
unk
my
now,
favorite
bro.
part about
Damn.
him, which I touched
Cats.
on earlier when I talked about Kisame. I tend to really like characters that are so dedicated to their goal that they're willing to sacrifice everyone and anyone, and most importantly themselves, all to achieve it without even flinching. I've talked a lot about the different members' motivation, which is because to me that is one of the most
Aside from
important
beating it a little
aspects when
too
it comes to
hard,
writing
this is my left hand, bro. I'm right-handed.
characters. Through their motivation, we get to learn so much more about them, like why it means so much to them, what they're willing to sacrifice for it. And in Itachi's case, his refusal to kill Sasuke because he loves him so much, even when he's evil, I think adds a lot of humanity to his
Oh no, you got that crackhead look. I'm saying, bro. Someone ever look at you like this?
character that otherwise
Get
could
up out of
make
there,
you feel a lot
mud.
more stale or one note. And I think that's why I honestly find him as a more entertaining character when he's reanimated compared to when he was still alive. He worked as an incredibly good villain when he was alive, and seeing his whole character get completely recontextualized after we learn his true goal is incredible. But I think that recontextualization gets properly paid off when we meet him again after the fact, because we get to see it for ourselves firsthand. I think he honestly has one of my favorite quotes in the whole show as he speaks to Naruto.
おかげになったものが皆に認められるんじゃない。皆から認められたものがおかげになるんだ。
Talk to him, Unk. That man said becoming the Hokage doesn't mean people will acknowledge you, but people acknowledging you will make you the Hokage. See, he's focusing on the wrong thing. Me personally, Naruto should nuke the whole generation and wipe out the entirety of the Lee village. Gotta make sure they acknowledge you first, but focus on that, bro, and the Hokage will come, bro. It's like life low key, bro. You focus on the grind, bro, everything else will come, bro. Like, if you want a girl, bro, the best way to get a girl, bro, it's not even focus on getting a girl, bro. Focus on getting that bread, bettering yourself, and it's gonna come. The same thing here. Itachi's thinking, he's thinking.
Like, damn, bro is just dropping bars left, right, and center.
This jutsu has one weak
Bro,
point. One.
Itachi just that one wise Unk, bro. To be walking around giving mad advice. That's Itachi after death.
Risk. Me.
The jutsu's weak point, strong ass jutsu. The only weak point of the jutsu is him. And he letting the user know. Like, that's aura, bro.
I think just in
He
general,
basically just said, bro, when it comes to me, bro, you're a bastard, bro.
Kishimoto makes us view a character in a completely opposite way than we originally did is an incredibly impressive feat. Although I find that a lot of people fixate on whether or not Itachi was a good or bad person, which to me is such a strange way of looking at a story. Of course, it can definitely be a fun topic to debate or philosophize over, but whether he was good or bad is never something the show attempts to make a definitive statement of, because that's not really important. Itachi was a 14-year-old boy who had to make one of the most stressful and important decisions ever, where
nah, he's a coon, bro. Don't even do all that, bro. He's a coon.
And no matter
so much aura, my goat, I ain't got no aura, bro. You got all the aura.
He tried to make the decision he thought right and selfless, and at the end regretted his decision.
We're saying Itachi, that's fair. Itachi's got all the aura.
Itachi was exactly that, and a child who was so sick of war that he was willing to commit atrocities to end them. The focus should be on how messed up the shinobi world that created this child is, not whether or not the child was a good person. Because after all, what kind of world creates a situation where a child feels like genocide is the lesser evil? But really, what I think this choice Itachi makes adds the most to end this story is how it elevates Naruto's character. When Naruto and Itachi talk to each other in the forest, Itachi poses a question. If Sasuke was to attack the village, would Naruto have what it takes to stop Sasuke, even if he had to kill him? These scenes exist to show us just what makes Naruto so different from not just Itachi, but every prodigy type character that came before him. Where they saw ultimatums or choices, Naruto refused to compromise. He always strove
to him,
the
Jit.
best possible outcome. No
Talk
matter
to him,
what it
Jit.
cost him. Throughout his whole life, Itachi was plagued with choices: duty or family, clan or village, war or peace. But Naruto rejected the idea that those choices had to be made in the first place. And it's these types of misconceptions and arguments that I find getting repeated over and over again. Which is totally fine and all, but every time I hear them, it always sounds like it's coming from someone that hasn't seen or read the story in a while. Like, I still see people unironically say Naruto was about hard work. And you have to check out why that isn't the case in this video right here.
W creation of Session Watch Time, right, bro? He made up a whole new claim that had nothing to do with the video, with the original video, and connected to another video so you can watch this, giving him more views, giving him more Session Watch Time, giving him more money, putting him on the algorithm more, making him bigger. Wise guy.